So my research topic is an analysis of the research situation of China's national security based on the perspective of social network analysis. Let me see how to, yeah, okay. Firstly, the main reason I choose this topic is because the national security is kind of the basic and kind of the important uh, uh, aspect of the country's development, and also due to the fact that China's is very big, so the national security of China is kind of complex and maybe need to concern more than other country. So it's very important and vital. And also due to the fact that the social network analysis is kind of so it's kind of the most adaptedly and the most of good function to analyze this kind of problem. So finally, I choose this topic and use this method to investigate my research. Firstly, the data source and the research method. I found the data from the CNCI database, and I gathered the keywords and the author's name and the institution and the cited authors based on the keyword of the national security and the national security concept. And finally, I select the 250 most cited papers in Chinese literature. And the research method, basically it includes such as social network and analysis indicator. And also I use the GGluto to perform the B cluster. And also I use the SPSS to perform the corresponding analysis of highly cited literature topics. And others others method. Firstly, I conduct the keyword analysis, and it includes three small topics. The first is the high frequency keyword and network, and also the B cluster research topics, and also the situation curve analysis of highly cited literature. Okay, firstly, because the keyword can often clearly and intuitively express the theme that the entire article want to elaborate. So I conduct this research, this experiment first in order to have a briefly understanding of China's China's security. And firstly, I divided the articles into two parts. Firstly, you can see that from the 1995 to 2007, and the second period is from the 2008 to 2019. And from the results, we can clearly see that except the keywords such as national security and the national security concept, the China's security focus have a great shift. Like in the first period, it may more focus on the politics, the military security, the environmental security. However, in the second period, the Chinese security may shift their focus to more on the cyber security. The United States climate change, such as the software, maybe kind of the software security. So that means that the Chinese security have a great development based on the security knowledge. Like because you can be more mature and more concerned about the kind of the software security. And then I conduct the B cluster research topics. The reason I conduct this research is because the B cluster analysis is kind of a method to discover the potential local patterns by clustering the rows and the columns of the matrix at the same time. And also, it can extract the information of the rows and columns and discover their potential connections, which is especially effective for the high dimension matrix. So, I also divided it into two parts, and after the research, I put the result like this table and these pictures on the PPT on the screen, and from this results, we can clearly see that and I conclude the B cluster result on the right side, and we can clearly see that from 1995 to 2007, maybe Chinese security more focused on the relationship between the China and the United States, and also like we consider about the situation at that period of time, maybe we can intuitively understand the reason that these two keywords appears at the same time. Because like the relationship maybe extends at that time. However, at the second period of time, we can see that Chinese more focus on the language, like the language skills, the cyber security, the data security, the analogical security, which means that China have a great development on the network, and their skills and their technology kind of improve a lot. So more and more people concerned more about the kind of the virtual security, and I think that kind of I think that we can explain this as a development of the security analysis in China. And third, I conduct the citation curve analysis of highly cited literature. Because every literature has their own life. Hold on, I open the theory. Okay. Because every paper has its own life, has their own life curve, and I adopt the method from the ZhengJi summaries of the modern classification of the citation curves, and I put the result in the left side, like it include like the classical, the multi-peak, the curve, the sleeping beauty, such as this unification, and we can see the result like from the first period as the highly cited document, the highly cited document of national security science often have multiple peaks, and also we can see that the articles in the first period plays a role as a foundation because because they have a highly cited number, which means that many scholars and many researchers may see these articles and learn from and extract the information and knowledge from them. So it kind of like a backbone of the development in China. And in the second period, we can see that firstly, it shows our processor science, and the subject of research is also very popular, because you can see that classical average annual situation is 100.8, and also the multi-peak is 50.62. And also, drawing on the average annual citation frequency of a document with the multi-peak citation curves, I think that we can look forward to the citation frequency of the document with multi-peak citation curve types from the second period in the next few years. And secondly, I conduct the research called the author knowledge role recognition research. And it also includes three parts: the analysis of the community graph, the centrality analysis, and the cohesive subgroup analysis. Fourthly, I conduct the community graph analysis. I put all the writers' name in the Giphy, and it makes this picture. And from this picture, we can see that it has three core fields. The firstly is the national, legal, and the politics security field. And in the core, the other include such as Liu Yuejin and Zhou Runhu. And also the second field in names is national economy security. And third name is the national ecology environment security field. And from this, we can see that this phenomenon not only reflects the large number of the branches in the field of the national security sites in China, but also indicating the difference between the branches are large, showing a phenomenon of diversification. On the other hand, it shows that the mature branches in the field of national security sites in China today include many aspects, such as these three. So this kind of mature field in China. Secondly, is the centrality analysis, and also it includes three basic concepts as the degree centrality, the betweenness centrality, and the colonial centrality. I conduct this part because I want to know the specific of each author's role in the development of Chinese security. And it can give us a kind of detail like each author may play which kind of role in the development of China and also I put the top 5 authors in these three parts. Like from these three research, we can see many important conclusions, like maybe ZhengJi and Liu Yuejin, they have both high in degree and out degree, which means that they not only publish excellent articles, but also be good at absorbing the views of others, which means that they can be the core of the entire network. And also, I list many other conclusions in the article. So if you want to know more details, you can see my articles. And third, I conduct the cohesive subgroup analysis, and I divided these authors into these 5 groups depending on their in degree and out degree, and then I normalize the density matrix between subgroups, and then I put this matrix into the SPSS to make this diagram, and in order to let it be clear, I made this table, and and from this table we can see that because each subgroup means different meaning. Like maybe subgroup B means that they have a high in degree, however they have a low out degree. So it means that maybe they are good at learning, however they may but they maybe lack of the ability to write their own paper. So also that this is the result. And also I write the detailed conclusion in my paper. And third, I conduct the research called the Analysis of National Security Research Institution. Because because just learn the role of the authors is not complete, and because the institution also play a great role in Chinese and research this aspect. We can know who plays the important role, and we can decide we can support more for the core institution, which will have a which will be helpful for the future analysis. And also, it adopts the same way in the prayer method. Also, the fourthly is the community graph analyze. And also, I put the data in the Giphy and make this picture. And we can see that the Peking University, the Renmin University of China, and the University of International Relations, and the China University of Politics, Science, and Law are kind of the backbone of China's national security, and is kind of the leader in this discipline. Secondly, I also adopt this way, and I put the results on the screen. And from this, we can see that the Peking University and the University of International Relations are not only have a high in degree, but also have a high out degree, indicating that they are not only made outstanding contribution to the construction of China's national security, but also maintains a habit of absorbing high quality views from the outside world, which are the core force for the development of this discipline. And also at least other contribute include conclusion in the paper. For concern the time, I don't see it. I have not see it. And last, the conclusion that I list kind of the important institution and the authors, and also we can see that China has a rapid development in less than 20 years and complete the transformation from such as the resource security, military security, and other traditional security to such as the language ability, network security, the data security, and other national soft power security transition. And also combined with the phenomenon that the literature type of multi-peak citation curve in the first period has been cited less frequently. I think in the next 10 years, the research theme of China's national security will be concentrate more in the security issue between China and the United States and the China's soft power security construction, such as network security. So that's all.